Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. It's Thursday. Today we're going to talk about what an emergency savings is. I know most of you already know what an emergency savings is, but I've heard many schools of thought about how much we should be saving or have in our savings, and I wanted to talk to you about that. First of all, I've heard some people say 20%, some people say 10%. I wanted to mention that savings is not a sinking fund. Savings is not college or investments. Emergency savings, according to me, is something that you can get into quickly, that you might not have enough money in your checking account, so that if an emergency happens, such as home repair, car repair, unexpected medical expenses that are not covered by insurance, that you can dig into quickly. This is my personal opinion about what I'm about to say. If some of you disagree, that's okay. We all have different life experiences and we all need to do what's best for our family. So let's get started on my opinion. I personally try to set aside at least 10% of my income into an emergency savings. This is separate from my sinking funds, and I'll be talking about sinking funds this weekend. This is 10% of my income. So that can differ every month because I'm an independent contractor. And then there's months where I put in more than 10%, which I will be doing this month because I'm trying to make up and build my savings back up after having to dig into it several times. So my goal is to always put 10% into the savings. That way if something happens. There are people that I know that say, well gosh, I can't afford to put 10% in. What I do is I treat it like it's a bill, like I have to pay it. And so I take 10% off there. And you might say, well, are there times that you can't do that? There have been a few months where the paycheck's been a little bit lower, where I wasn't quite able to do it. And that has happened. But then I try to make up for it the next month. So I might put, say, 5% in one month, but then 15% the next month. So I always try to make that up. But it's so important to have a savings account because emergencies will happen. And what I like to say is this: there's no unexpected income, but there's a lot of unexpected expenses. So savings is important. And my personal opinion is if you cannot consistently afford to put 10% of your income in an emergency savings, I personally think, this is my opinion, that either one needs to cut expenses or increase income or do both. And I will tell you that if I was not able to put aside a certain amount of money every month in savings, I would look to increase my income and I would cut some things out of my budget so that I could make that happen. That's how important having a savings is to me, and I'm very grateful that I've had it, especially this last year. I'd love to know your opinion of savings and how much you, or what percentage of your income you like to put in every month, and what your opinion is of this. Before I let you go, I want to do a shout out to another wonderful channel who's given me support. I've just started to learn about this young lady. It's called Keeping It Real, and she's a lady that just talks about fun and frolic and living a joyful life. And I do want to do a shout out to her. Thank you everybody. Tomorrow's Free and Frugal Fridays, and I'll show you some wonderful goodies I've gotten. Thanks, loves. Bye.